Well, we're at a defining inflection point for artificial intelligence. The conversation is no longer just about models that respond, it's about systems that act. From co-pilots to autonomous agents, from chat interfaces to transaction, capable intelligence 2026 is being called the year AI steps into decision making. Joining us today on the interview with me, Ayesha Faridi, is a leader who's at the center of that shift. Uwem Ukpong, he's the Vice President of Industries at Amazon Web Services, where he leads global industry transformation, sovereign cloud strategy, and international expansion across some of the world's most regulated and mission-critical sectors. His portfolio spans manufacturing, healthcare, financial services, and the architecture behind trusted enterprise-scale AI. From powering localized AI zones to deploying custom silicon like Trainium 3, from enabling startups on Amazon Bedrock Marketplace to building governance directly into the cloud stack, Uwem is helping define what responsible, scalable, agentic AI looks like in the very real world. Uwem, welcome to ET Now. Thank you so much for your time today.
Ayesha, thank you for having me, and it's such a pleasure to be here in New Delhi attending the India AI Impact Summit. Yes, there has been quite a lot of advancement in the way autonomous agents are operating now, moving from chatbots to agents that can perform tasks on behalf of us humans, whether in any industry you're looking at, or whether in customer service, or even helping in advancing healthcare research and speeding up research in that sense. And so a lot of good progress is being made in this front. Where we focus on as AWS is ensuring that as we deploy agents, security comes to top of mind, and the scalability of these agents, all guided by the way they act and operate. So the right policy, the right evaluations, understanding its correctness, how helpful it is, and what tools it is accessing.
But I just want to get, Uwem, a little deeper into this. Tell me, how specifically is AWS Bedrock AgentCore helping enterprises cross that reliability gap to trust agents with autonomous transactions?
Yes, so diving deeper, there are two things that we talk about when we speak through AgentCore. One of them is the policies. And in the policies, you have the ability to decide what type of data those agents are going to access, what type of tools those agents are going to access. And these are the guardrails that are very important for one to make sure that the guardrails or the agents have the right level of access to information. So that's the first piece of it. On the second piece is the evaluations, as I talked about earlier on. You want to be able to audit on the performance of those agents. And in that audit process, it's all around the correctness of the response you are getting back from those agents. There's also the aspect of human in the loop. And over time, based on the performance of those agents, as those agents self-learn, you can then decide and graduate the engagement of humans in that process to be able to ensure that you're driving speed in the way those agents are working. But all of this, I always frame around the fact that enterprise and large companies want to ensure their data is secure and that the agents are acting in the right manner.
Right. But tell me, as head of AWS Industries, Uwem, which sector, would it be manufacturing, healthcare, or finance, do you see leading the adoption of agentic, workflows for mission-critical operations rather than just sort of, back office tasks?
I would say every industry is really looking at adopting Gen AI and agentic AI flows to do workflows in its processes. And I can give examples in the manufacturing industry. For example, Apollo Tyres here in India that is using agentic AI to drive down the time, it's doing root cause analysis in its dry cycle time process. So you have that piece. But you also have agents being deployed in the healthcare sector globally across the world, driving the speed up of research and drug discovery in its process. So in every industry, I can give you an example, and even in the public sector too, you have examples that are ongoing where agentic AI is being driven there.
Interesting. I want to talk about the human in the loop scaling as well as agentic AI expands the decision surface. Tell me, how is it that AWS is architecting human oversight so it remains scalable without becoming a bottleneck for autonomous systems?
Indeed. And as I said earlier on, in that human in the loop process, as you start out with agentic AI, you want to be able to cross-check and cross-reference how those processes are being executed. But over time, as the agents continue to learn, you would then see the opportunity to, I would say, graduate the engagement of humans, or I say graduate the engagement of those agents to make sure there's less and less human interaction as they walk through. We do have some agents being deployed today where there's very little human in the loop, but what we speak about here is ensuring that the evaluations are right, the evaluations are correct, and where there is that comfort in those processes that are ongoing, then you can start to remove that human in the loop.
Interesting. I want to talk about the India angle here, Uwem, considering you are in New Delhi right now at the AI summit. Tell me, for a consumption-driven economy like India, where is it that you see the scope of AI and the kind of advancements that we're seeing by the hour? I mean, how ready is India to adopt AI at a mass scale?
I would say that India is doing a great job here. We've seen the Union Budget 2026, which has been very positive in the way the government is focusing on cloud infrastructure and data centers as part of that budget. The Viksit Bharat 2047 also initiative, which is driving that focus on the development of India by 2047. So we are seeing quite a lot of activity on the India front. And the way we tend to explain it from an Amazon perspective is that we, as Amazon, will support India with the investments we are making in India. We announced in 2023 a $12.7 billion investment in our local cloud infrastructure. This was announced by Amazon. And so things like this will continue to work hand in hand with government for us to drive that India AI mission that we see today. So we're very positive, and we like the direction India is going, and this is a key focus for us as Amazon.
But Uwem, can India be a global solution hub? Just earlier this week, we had Anthropic tie up with an Indian IT services major, Infosys. Many Indian companies use AWS to build India-first solutions that they then export globally. What specific India-centric innovations in agentic AI or multilingual support are you seeing again, seeing or rather gain international traction?
Yeah, one of the very good examples I can highlight is the Identity Card program, or the ADA program as it's called. And it's based on the foundation of MOSIP, the Modular Open Source Identity Platform, which India has adopted here with the IIIT. So that is also running on AWS. And what we're seeing is that a lot of other countries globally in the world are taking this MOSIP platform, and deploying them to the rest of the world, whether in Africa, in Latin America, or the rest of Asia. So we're seeing India as that incubation bedrock or incubation platform to be able to take some of these best practices and new technologies out to the rest of the world, all powered by AWS.
Right. Uwem, just to stretch on the point that you were earlier making, with the rise of Amazon Bedrock Marketplace, how is it that you're enabling Indian AI startups to compete globally by providing zero infrastructure model customization?
So the marketplace and our partner network is something very important to us as AWS. We have over 140,000 partners in over 200 countries, and that same applies here to India. Last year, we announced the launch of the India marketplace to be able to enable our partner network here in India. So a lot of partners here are really making very good progress. Core.ai is one of those partners that we have here. And we believe partners help us innovate. Partners help us scale because they understand the local context of the market. And there together, we work together, we learn together to be able to take input and look at how we drive and improve on our technology.
But Uwem, tell me, I mean, how does AWS's global strategy differ in emerging markets versus, mature markets when it comes to deploying custom silicon like, Trainium 3 for local model training?
Yes, Ayesha, as you highlighted earlier on, part of my role is deciding where we build large infrastructure regions or data centers, as we call it. And we don't discriminate between developing or developed markets. It's all where the opportunity exists for us to be able to grow the business, but at the same time, bring back to the local economy and work with local governments for us to drive the advancement of innovation and technology across the world. So if you look at India as a country, we do have two large infrastructure region clusters, one in Mumbai and one in Hyderabad. The Mumbai one was launched in 2016 and Hyderabad in 2022. So you can see that even with India as a developing nation, we have doubled down our investment here in this country. And that's back to the comment I made about the $12.7 billion investment and commitment we've made to local cloud infrastructure by 2030 as an organization.
Quite interesting. So let's look 10 years ahead, Uwem. When you close your eyes, where do you think AI is going to be and how involved in our lives?
I think you're seeing AI really involved in our lives today in the way it drives productivity, the way it drives efficiency, the way it drives speed, allowing us to research and go deeper into topics that we would not have been able to access at a very rapid pace compared to the past. So we continue to remain bullish about the advent of AI and Gen AI, and there's going to be new innovations that we probably have not yet thought about that will be coming ahead of us as this continues to evolve for us. And so that's why AWS as a company is going to continue to remain focused on this journey, ensuring that populations and people are trained and developed. And that's why, if you look at India as an example, since 2017, we have trained over 6.2 million Indians, or people in India, in the cloud and in tech. And we will continue to drive that with AI and agentic AI.
Interesting. Uwem, such a pleasure speaking with you. You have a great India trip, and next time, hopefully, you can make it to Mumbai.
Absolutely, and thank you very much, Ayesha, for having me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.